Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Chat to me.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Chat to me.
Hello, hello.
Okay, it's working. Right. Hello traders, we're gonna start in 6 minutes. 3 minutes, guys. Okay, first of all, just gonna have a recap of yesterday. The trade I took yesterday ended up being a losing trade. I closed up the trade way before, just a couple hours after the New York opening, just because I felt like the market was kind of reversing. So yeah, so as you can see, guys, yeah, I closed it at about, yeah, just under 2 hours before, after New York opened. So but anyway, let's move on to today. Today I've got a couple of trades I'm kind of hoping to take in the next couple hours, and they're both on the Aussie pair. So the pound Aussie and the euro Aussie, they're potentially going to give me a long trade today. We're still quite a long way before we can get there. Other than that, no, the yen is not going to give me any trades today. I don't see the possibility of a yen giving me a trade today. So so yeah, definitely not the. I don't think I'll be taking a trade on the yen, based on what I can see so far. But yeah, but definitely the Aussie dollar could, the Aussie pound Aussie and the euro Aussie could give me a potential long trade. So I'm gonna keep an eye on that one, and we'll see. But apart from that, let's do a little bit of kind of analysis onto some of the currency pairs that a lot of people do trade, because that's the feedback I got from yesterday, that some people want me to kind of do some analysis on some of the popular currency pairs. So I'm gonna look at the pound, US dollar, and also the euro dollar, even though I think I've done this on my forex market preview. But let's go over that one. And I'm gonna start with a moderate time frame that a lot of people kind of tend to trade, because it's more like a, let's look at the market on a higher time frame and see a little bit. So I've got my chart here on the 4-hour time frame, and straight away the first thing I can see is a little bit of a support level that the market could be coming to, and we're probably gonna have a potential for a short trade on the pound soon, simply because we can see the market is approaching that previous structure level, and also the fact that this has been extended quite a while. This impulse leg, I mean, it's about 730 pips. If you look at the previous impulse leg that we had, that's about 892 pips, 900 pips. So in just about 100 pips, the market could give us a potential. If the market does extend to about 100 more pips, then it could give us a potential for a short trade. Yeah, because the market is not going to have a huge impulse leg with no correction or pullback. So that's what you can probably expect. Looking at the euro, kind of a similar structure level in terms of the market approaching the previous structure high, the recent previous structure high. However, we don't have any kind of this market could break this and keep going, but obviously we are going to get a pullback at some point. So I'm going to be looking at a lot more currency pairs as we go on, but let me put this back onto my trading time frame underneath you. In terms of where I'm going to be entering, or where I'm expecting this market to get to, so if the market gets to around here, I'll be placing the trade. So I'm gonna, so around 8,400. Yeah, but I'm gonna, Okay, we're going down with like what 25 pips away from our entry. Okay, we're 10 pips away from our entry. Yep, there we go. The trade has been executed. So yes, as you can clearly see, the trade has been executed. And now let's just try to analyze what we think, or what I think this market is going to do for the rest of the day. Again, this is quite similar to the one I took yesterday, even though that one didn't end up going in my favor. But I do expect this market to trend upwards. I would expect a little retracement though at some point before we go up. That may or may not happen. But it looks like we do have a little bit of volatility today. So yeah. So let's see what the market is gonna do. Now we just have to sit and wait and see how the market is gonna behave in the next couple hours. Because ideally I would like to get a retracement before New York opening. Let's have a look at Euro Oz. I think Euro Oz we might also be having it's a similar trade setup as well on the Euro Oz. Yeah, so I'm gonna go long on the Euro Oz as well. So just gonna kind of set an order to buy. And let's see if that trade is going to be executed as well. Okay, I think our second trade on the Euro Aus has just been executed as well. So we now got two positions that are open. Now, obviously, we may or may not get a retracement at some point. But like I said, preferably I would like to get a retracement. I would like the market to retrace a little bit, because that will give me the opportunity to even...
Sorry, I'm not sure.
Add on to my position. Sorry, my TV just heard me talking. Yeah, so I will be able to add on to my position if the market does retrace. But in the meantime, everything looks good. So let's just see how this trade is gonna pan out. Pound yen as well is close to giving us a trade. It's about 15 15 pips away from a potential trade. So this is looking to be a really volatile day, which is what you need as a trader. If you want to make money in the forex market, you need it to be volatile. Yesterday wasn't so volatile, so the pound is gonna place an entry on the pound as well, because we are likely gonna get a trade on the pound as well. So I've got an entry placed at around 165.38. Let's go back to the pound Aussie. That's the only one so far that's was giving off a profit of around 50 pips now. But there could be a retracement coming soon. The market could retrace, which is good. I mean, okay, I'm gonna sorry guys, every time you see me on my talking and I'm on my phone, I'm sending, I've got like what's it called, I've got WhatsApp group, and I've got live trading room that I have to keep updating them as well. So I mean, I said I was going to do this on YouTube for the first week so that everyone is free to join, free to come and see how the strategy works and everything, and hopefully by the end of this week there's going to be some profits. So for the pound yen, also the trade has just been executed on the pound yen. And So a trade has just been executed on the pound yen as well. So we got 3 trades currently running, 2 of them in profit. Um, so yeah, this is looking like it's going to be a much better day than yesterday. But I still expect a retracement. I want a retracement because this is not the normal. This is kind of going into this trade with a minimal risk. In the meantime, I'll take a little break. Nothing really has changed. Yeah, so I mean, all our trades are in profit. Looks like the pound yen is starting to go up as well. The pound Aussie obviously is still, we're in a considerable amount of profit on that, 169. And Euro Oz is kind of sort of break even at the moment. But I do expect a correction on these currency pairs at some point. But it may or may not happen. We don't know that yet. I mean, I would like a correction to happen because that will give me the opportunity to add on to my position, because this is kind of a minimal risk that I'm going into. Same as yesterday. I mean, the trade yesterday ended up being a losing trade. And if I go over here, you can see, I don't know if you guys did join me yesterday. Yeah, so the pound yen up, the trade that I placed yesterday, that ended up being a losing trade. That's why currently you can see, I mean, it started with a 10,000 account balance. I mean, yeah, so lost about 200 on the pound yen trade yesterday. But so far today it's looking good because it's a lot more volatile than it was yesterday. I mean, sometimes Mondays you can't really tell when it comes to Mondays. Sometimes the market could be volatile, sometimes the market might just not really move at all really, and that's the sort of day we kind of got yesterday. But as you head into the week, obviously this week, Friday is going to be the non-farm payroll day, and sometimes the market tend to kind of wait. And sometimes you don't really get that much volatility when it's a non-farm payroll week. But yeah, I mean, let's see how these three trades are gonna pan out. If you're just joining me, I mean, I've placed a buy order on this trade about 2 hours ago, and we finally the trade finally got triggered not too long ago, about an hour ago. So we've been sitting in profit on all the trades. The Euro Oz is kind of break even, like I said. This is the one that has kind of just head straight up, but I do expect a correction at some point, a pullback, which will give me an opportunity to even add on to my position. But this pullback needs to happen before the US Open. If it doesn't happen before the US market opens, then I will be exiting my position at the US Open, or probably moving my stop loss to break even. Just depends on how price action plays out too. So yeah, like I said, if you guys in the live chat, if you do have any questions, anything you want to talk about, anything regarding trading, then feel free to drop that on the live chat. And yeah, but in the meantime, we just have to just see how these trades are gonna pan out. So far it's looking good, but as you can see, the three trades that I'm in: pound yen, pound Aussie, and Euro Aussie. Those are the two trades. I'm currently long on all those currency pairs. I'm long on all those currency pairs. If you're joining me quite late, then you probably did miss out on the trades, but let's see. So the UK market is officially open. It opens at 9:30, so I'm still expecting this market to give me a pullback, but that may or may not happen. And if that doesn't happen, then obviously, as we approach New York opening session, I will be closing my three positions I'm currently in. So as you can see, all three positions are currently in profit. Euro Oz is just finally starting to move, and the GBP yen that is starting to move as well. But so far the pound Oz is the biggest mover of the day so far. Yeah, at least we're getting a lot more volatility today. Like I said, yesterday was quite dead. I only took one trade yesterday, which ended up being a losing trade. Those of you guys who joined me yesterday must have saw the trade that I took, and like I said, this is a session I'm going to be doing every single day this week, probably with the exception of Fridays, because I don't trade on Fridays. And on this Friday is going to be non-farm payroll as well, so yeah, don't expect me to be streaming on Friday. That's what I can say. And guys, when you come into this, if you do have any questions, anything that you want to talk about, then yeah, just kind of drop it in the comments in the live chat, and we can go over that. So just showing you the so okay. Pound yen, okay, starting to go. I mean, like I said, I do expect a pullback, but that pullback, sometimes it can happen, sometimes it doesn't. I mean, normally you get a pullback of around 40 to 50 pips, and that's going to be the chance where I will be probably adding onto my position. But that pullback needs to happen before the official New York opening. There is a chance that I might close this position soon. It's just gonna depend on a few things, but that's all written onto my trading rules in terms of how I need to manage this trade once I'm in. And as I explained yesterday in my live streams, guys, I don't use stop losses when I trade, because I do day trading. I'm in and out of a trade usually within a day. That's if I enter the trade in the morning during the UK session, because I do trade sometimes during the US session, and sometimes even end of the day I do have a position. That just depends on how the market just kind of there's a rule to everything I do. You're gonna come into this live trading every single day, and you're gonna see how I approach the markets every single time. It's the same. Like, there's no kind of obviously it varies from day to day. For example, the way I do day trading on Wednesdays is not the same as the way I do day trading on Tuesdays, and I rarely trade on Fridays. So even if I do trade on Fridays, how I'm gonna approach the market is completely different. But that's all gonna depend on how the market has behaved for the whole of that week, building up to Friday. So in this moment in time, this trade, like I said, there's likely going to be a pullback before the US official opening. If I don't get that pullback, if the market continues to rally, then there's a chance I will be closing this trade in the next couple hours. So it's either I get a pullback and I buy more, I go in with an even bigger risk, or the market continues to rally and I exit my position at some point. But that's gonna take, at least the market is gonna have to rally at least 60-70 more pips before I do that. I don't think that's gonna happen. I think, yeah, pullback is more likely than the market to continue rallying. But either way, I don't really care, because I'm already in the trade. So yeah, so there's a rule for how I kind of act based on what the market does. So whatever the market does right, and there's a rule for that. And in terms of like the market totally reversing and going down, the chances of that happening is very, very, very low. So that's one of the reasons why when I do day trading on a strategy like this, I tend to not use my stop losses, because once a trend is confirmed for that day, the market usually keeps going in that direction. Unless, of course, like I said, if the market rallies way too much than it should, then at some point there you are gonna get the market completely reversing. But but everything is written down. Like I said, there's rules for everything. Yeah, I don't think you guys have seen anyone day trade the way I trade. I mean, a lot of people probably when they watch people doing day trading, they're gonna see a lot of the strategies. Like, let me just tell you something, guys. Strategies that you see out there, things like double bottom, double tops, and all those strategies that you see out there, those strategies are not gonna make you money. Yeah, surprise, surprise, right? But they're not gonna make you. You're never gonna be successful with strategies like that, and I'm gonna tell you exactly why. So those strategies that you see out there, whatever strategy you wanna call it, advanced pattern. I used to trade advanced pattern, but advanced pattern, wave analysis, Elliott wave, Wyckoff, or channel trading, all those patterns, all those strategies that you see out there, you're never gonna be profitable trading those strategies. And the reason is because most of those strategies only have about 60% winning percentage. So you're only going to win about 60% of the time if you trade those strategies. If you have a strategy that only going to make you money 60% of the time, or only going to be profitable 60% of the time, you're going to have to trade like a machine in order to be profitable with that strategy. Why did I say that? Because machines are the only thing that can eliminate emotions from trading. They're just programmed to just follow up specific rules, specific patterns, specific plan, and they follow that consistently. You as a trader, you as a human being, your emotions are never gonna let you be successful with a strategy like that. So when you see people learning trading nowadays, they tend to learn all the patterns, all the things, all the strategies, and all the. Nah, you're never gonna be successful with that. I mean, I hate to say it, I hate to break it to you. There's a reason why only 5% of traders are profitable. There's a reason for that. Have you ever asked yourself what the reason for that? The reason is not because of the being able to master a strategy or master your emotions. Of course, emotions are a big part of trading. Like, you need to be able to master and control your emotions if you want to be successful at trading. That's just the way it is. But you don't have to have. I mean, for you to be successful with the strategies that people teach out there, then you need to have like a machine-like emotion, which is almost impossible, because there's no way you can trade without emotions. It's just impossible. It's never going to happen. So you have to be able to master your emotion to some degree and be able to understand how the markets work. And understanding how the market works and how you trade has nothing to do with strategy. Of course, the strategy helps you, because when I started learning how to trade, I was familiar with most of the strategies. I could trade almost all the strategies. But every single time I have like a winning streak, or a period where I make money and then I blow my account and then I lose money. It's a constant pain, and the circle just keeps repeating. I feel like I'm talking to someone to someone here, because that's what happens when you don't know how to when you learn all the strategies that are out there. You will be successful for a while, but you're not going to be successful long term. You have to come back. That's what and even when I hear people talking about the fact that they had like just a short-term experience in trading and they're profitable, unless they actually learn from someone who actually knows, because it's really, there's a lot of common sense involved, like in the strategy that I trade. This day trading strategy is a lot of common sense, and the rules are as clear as daylight. they are as clear as daylight, and it's to the point where like I can trade without stop loss. I can be sure like probably 90% of the time that I take a trade using my day trading strategies, I know those trades are going to be a winning trade. And that's the edge you need. If you have a strategy like that, the emotions you don't really need to be a master of your emotions. You don't. If you have a strategy that wins 90% of the time. So yeah, I mean that's just something like I felt like I needed to get off my chest, and not to get off my chest, not to kind of discourage you guys, but it's a journey. To be a trader, you have to be on a journey, of course, and you have to be able to learn, go through the process of learning a strategy, trying it out, and the strategy not working, and then you blow in your account, and then it's, you move on to the next strategy, and then you just keep trying until you meet something that's until you get to a point where you can, the things that you're never going to get to that point unless you kind of develop an edge in the market, or find someone who actually knows what they're doing. Because traders that actually make money from trading, they're never gonna, they don't use strategies. They don't use all the strategies that you see out there. You're never gonna see a successful trader trading double bottoms and double tops. And I feel like a lot of people might disagree with this, but yeah, there's a lot of, you have to understand a lot more than just the strategy, and the experiences you go through as well can help you. Like, that's why one of the things that I always advise my traders is that whenever you have whenever you lose a trade, don't just ignore it, don't just move on, don't just move on to the next trade, and you have to reflect on it, reflect on the trade you lost, analyze it, see what you did wrong, see see if there's any improvement, and any improvement that you can make moving forward, because that is probably the most important thing you can do as a trader who's learning to trade. You have to reflect, you have to face the music, you have to face your loss, you have to look at what you did and try to understand what you can do to improve next time. And it's constant improvement. You never stop improving in trading. You never. Even to this day, I am still improving. I'm still learning. Now why don't we take a look at the trade that took place yesterday and I lost it. It was on the pound yen. Let's just check on the positions. Okay, the euro Aussie is going as well. Pound yen not really moving, but let's look at the pound yen. I'm gonna pop this on the 15-minute chart because it's the same strategy that I used today that I'm using yesterday. Yeah, so the pound yen, what is this one here? This is for today. So the pound yen, this is yesterday. Yep, I went in long at around 165, 164, 62s. That's where I took my long position. Somewhere here, I took my long position. Now, when I trade this day trading strategy and I take a long position, once the market moves 30-40 pips in my favor, yeah, I tend to, whatever happens, the worst that can happen on that trade is I take a break even. Just like I'm currently on the trades that I'm in right now. One of them, the GBP AUS, the one that's already over 70 pips in profit. The worst that can happen is I take a break even. And the only if I'm gonna take a break even on that trade is if I get a reversal after New York. So once the New York social sessions open at 2:30 UK time, and if the market completely reverses, then I'm gonna end up taking a break even on that trade. Now, the pound yen yesterday, after I entered this trade, the market only moved about 27 pips before New York. So I never even had any chance to kind of, I never got any proper retracement because I would have expected a retracement of around 30-40 pips where I would have added to my position. I didn't get that scenario. The second scenario was the market should have moved at least 30-40 pips in that direction before New York, and that would have given me the chance to take a break even. So it's like every single thing the market does, there is a solution for that. I mean, if you watch my live stream yesterday, you would hear me say multiple times that US opening is the time where I will decide what to do with that market. So now yesterday, the fact that the market never moved in my 40 pips in my direction into the before the US Open, never gave me that retracement. I was expecting the US market, since because the market should have trended up for the rest of the day. I mean, you can see the trend for the whole day yesterday. This is that impulse that we had yesterday. Now we had almost a pullback / reversal at New York. This could have completely reversed, because like I said, once you get to New York session, things can happen. The market can completely reverse. But this ended up being just a deep pullback. And when I saw this deep pullback, I exited my position somewhere around, probably somewhere around there. Because the later it goes on to the day, that trend could definitely, reverse completely. So I exited my position, and I took a hit of about 70 pips. I think I lost 70 pips on that one, on this trade. But there's always improvement that I could make. And that improvement is that, like I said, sometimes if the market goes to you in New York opening, you get no pullback, you can be a little bit more conservative. Like, I shouldn't have lost 70 pips on this trade. I could have maybe lost 30 pips or 40 pips. I would have been a lot happier with that one. So I had to analyze this trade yesterday. I had to see where I could improve. It's not necessarily about doing anything wrong, because I didn't, in terms of my following my trading plan, my trading strategy, I followed everything to the T, and I know exactly what I needed to do as the market progresses throughout the day. So the question is, can I improve? How do I improve? And that's the improvement I'm telling you about, guys. If the market, I should have lost maybe half of what I lost yesterday. So now we move on to today, and let's see what the market is doing. So the pound yen, it's moving. So you see, this is similar trade. So right now this is a similar trade. Now, and the market has moved about 40 pips in my direction. Now, if New York opening was about maybe 10-15 minutes away, I would move my stop loss straight away to break even. But now, in terms of how I trade my strategy, I will still expect, I want the market to give me a pullback before New York opening. I need a pullback, because if I get a pullback, I will double onto my position, because I can guarantee you that once we get a pullback, come New York opening, this market is going to continue. It's just going to rally from there. This is what I want. When I trade this strategy, this is what I want to happen. But if that doesn't happen, if the market continues to rally, the fact that I've already got my 40 pips in profit, the market continues to rally, come New York opening, like, I'm saying this in a way that there is like a whole kind of background in terms of why I trade the way I trade. There is a whole background that, guys, I'm not showing you. Like, there's a whole background in terms of how I understand what the market is going to do on a daily basis, how I follow the market, or what made me trade the way I trade. And that has nothing to do with strategies. It has nothing to do with okay, that's a little bit that's not correct. I wouldn't say it has nothing to do with strategy. But the strategy, I don't base my trading based on the generic strategies that you guys are familiar with. It's all over the internet that you see everywhere. I don't base my strategies based on that. I understand price action, I understand structure, I understand all of that. I understand the fact that if the market is straight, I understand the fact of staying or trading with the trend. I do all of that to some degree. There's different strategy. Like I said, with this data, it's not about just what I'm doing today. It's not just something that I kind of just repeat every day. Of course, I do repeat it every day, but this is just based on like, this is just one of the day's trading strategies that I do trade, and surprisingly, I got 2 of them back to back. You know, to the point where I'm trading during UK sessions. Normally, during the week, I can have 1 or 2 trades during the week that I take during the UK session. Sometimes it's during the US session. Sometimes it's at the end of the day. So it's not every day that when I come onto streaming here today, you're gonna see me taking trades. Like I said, it's not gonna be every day. That's why even when you join me early in the morning when I started this streaming, the first half an hour there was nothing. I was like, okay, this is the plan. This is what I'm gonna do. I placed my buy orders. I was like, this is where I'm looking for the market to get to. If the market gets to that position, then I will be taking a trade. And I placed a buy limit on all the orders. So this trade, I did not place a market order. There are going to be some trades. There's some of my strategies where I do have a market order. Like for example, if I get a retracement before New York Open, I will use my judgment to kind of think, where I expect the market is going to go and start reversing. So if I get a retracement sometime now before the New York opening, then I will be adding on to my position, but I'm not going to be using a limit order. It's going to be a market order. Like I said, there's a whole background in terms of how I trade and how I teach my traders how to trade. So it's not just, and strategies are never gonna help you in trading. I'm sorry to say it, guys, but they're not. Do not think just because you know a particular strategy that you're gonna be successful with it. You might be successful for a while, unless you're a machine. So I'm not trying to say that strategies don't work. I'm just saying strategies do work. But if you want to be profitable consistently as a human being, as a person, a strategy is not going to get you there. I think all the big banks, all the big hedge funds in the world, you think they just have human traders? They don't have just human traders. They are human traders. They're really, really special one who understand the market in a way that that nobody does. But then a lot of the things they do are automated trading. A lot of it. So you need to develop an edge in the market that most people don't if you want to be a profitable trader. And like I said, that's what I'm gonna be showing you guys over the next few days when I'm doing this live streaming on YouTube, and after that, obviously everything is gonna go back to I mean, it depends on how people receive it. If people like it, I might do an extra week, but normally I do this with my traders every day on the live trading room that I have on my website, and obviously it's you do get a 1 week trial if you sign up. So if it's something that you like and you want to continue doing, because what you're gonna see is from every single time you're gonna come here trading to watch me trade, you're gonna see trades that are taking, nothing is too complicated, which is one of the things that a lot of traders probably tend to like when they see some kind of trader doing something crazy, like using an indicator or using a some kind of tools on the market. They think, oh wow, this is some sciencey crazy stuff that this guy must be good. No, and that's the saddest things. You have to be able to trading is very okay. I've got to be careful what I'm going to say. I was going to say trading is very simple, but I wouldn't say it's like it's sometimes when you make the hardest things look simple. Now that's real talent. I mean, if it's about showing off and putting lines on the chart using different, you can see on my chart I have no indicator. indicators are useless, completely useless. I have no indicators on my chart. You know, it's not like I don't know how to use indicators. I know how to use indicators. I know how to use Fibonacci's. I know how to use advanced. But if you guys have that know me for a while, you've seen some of my old videos on YouTube. Fibonacci's, you know, indicators, all those things. I can find you patterns. I can find a consolidation in the market right now and find you tens, hundreds, 50s different types of patterns that you're going to see, from butterfly to Gartley to bat to cipher to crab and to shark pattern. I can find all of those for you on the chart. I can use my Fibonacci ratios. I know the Fibonacci ratios for every single one of them. Because it's funny, because those are the videos that used to get me views on YouTube. I remember I recorded uploaded a video that says how to identify advanced pattern like a pro, and in those videos I found like a little consolidation in the market, and where I drew like 10 or 15 different advanced patterns, different colors, all looks beautiful, looks crazy, and people were like, wow, this is crazy, but that's just showing off, I'm afraid. Because when it comes to real trading, all those things are just noises, and you know, they're not gonna help you succeed as a trader. I mean, it's good to know it. Of course, it's good to know it. But there is a lot more to trading that people don't. And if the good thing about trading nowadays is, like, you don't even have to, like, you know, use your own capital or whatever to trade. There's so many prop firms out there that they do give you money to trade. So that's why I don't understand why people don't really take their time, do their research, find someone that actually knows what he's talking about when it comes to trading, to learn from it. Because you don't, you know, there's money out there for you to trade if you have the skills. You know, if you have the skills, there's like I said, prop firms, so many prop firms that are out there. I'm sure you guys are aware of them. You know, I think there's about 15, maybe even 20, and every single time new ones are coming up. Obviously, you have to do your due diligence to do your research before joining them. But seems to me a lot of them, they're quite straightforward in terms of what they want you to do. You know, they've got your targets, you just hit your targets, then you get a live account. Some of them have scaling up. You know, with live accounts, you keep doubling your accounts. So I think it's a time that people actually try to learn how to trade the proper way. Like I said, strategies, those are not going to help you, and stay away from all those group chats on different platforms. For example, TradingView, the group chats, and you know, just stay away from group chats when it comes to like forex group chats. Just stay away from them, because a lot of people that go in there, they have absolutely no clue. I mean, there are some people that know what they're doing, but there's some people have absolutely no clue, and you're going to be listening to a bunch of people. Some people might even have just a few days of trading experience, and they start talking about trading. They think they know about trading, but you know, that's never gonna that's not the right way to go. I'm gonna pop this back on the 5-minute chart, because okay, it's 10 o'clock. I really should be ending my stream right now because it's 10 o'clock. But I'm gonna tell you guys how this market is gonna go for the rest of the day, so that you know, you can keep an eye on and join me tomorrow morning, and you're gonna see exactly what I'm gonna tell you is exactly what I'm gonna do, because I follow my strategy, I follow my plan. And then again, it's not just it's not as simple as it seems. Like this, you have to understand the reason why I do what I do before you can understand what I'm doing. So now, all the 3 trades, I'll tell you exactly how I'm gonna approach them. Okay, these trades now, I'm expecting a pullback before the US official US Open. So where is let me just put a little vertical line. 2:30. The US Open is gonna open. The US market is gonna officially open somewhere the blue line, where the blue line is. Now before we get to this blue line, I would expect a pullback. And this market has moved so far, what's that, about 222 pips. So the market usually retraces close to half, or sometimes even half of the this pip movement that it just did. So 225 pips. If the market start retracing here, I would expect to retrace to probably around where I bought my position. So anytime before the US Open, so it means that if I get retracement here, I'll be adding on to my position, because the market will probably end up somewhere higher than the previous high at US Open. And then I will close both of my position here. I will open the second position here, and I'll close both of my position there. That's the first scenario. The second scenario, because you're gonna see this tomorrow, exactly how the market is gonna go. So the second scenario is this market might continue trending up, and at New York session we're gonna be somewhere at the pullback. Now if this market is somewhere at the pullback at New York Open, again I will be adding onto my position, because from New York Open, that's just gonna add more fuel to the fire. But in this case, I'm just gonna be opening the same position size as the previous position. And the first scenario, I'll be opening double the position size. Here I'm gonna open same position size if the retracement, happens at just before New York session opening. That's a scenario number 2. Then the third scenario is this. You're gonna come back and you're gonna see exactly what I told you is gonna happen. The third scenario is if this market continues to extend a little bit higher, once the market reaches around so this is a scenario where I do not have to kind of if the market goes all the way to 185.65, so that's about 70 pips from where it currently is. Before New York session opening, I will be exiting my position. I will be closing this one position that I have. I will close it. So those are the 3 scenarios, guys, in terms of how I'm gonna approach when I trade this particular strategy, this particular day trading strategy. This is the things that I look forward to, and the market will do one of those things. Will the market come back down here completely and go all the way? The chances of that happening are quite low. I would say probably around 5%. But doesn't mean that it's never gonna happen. And if it does happen, I will probably lose, quite a lot. I would say quite a lot. That's if that happens straight away from now, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Like I said, the chances of that happening is quite low. There's percentage chances for anything happening, and but yeah, so that's what I mean. I can pretty much say the same thing for every single trade that I'm currently in, because that's how this strategy behaves, and that's how the market works. So yeah, I think I'm gonna stop the stream here, and yeah, feel free to join me tomorrow, same time, 7:30. I'll try and start the stream just before 7:30, and yeah, we'll take it from there. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed it and had fun, and if I have time to edit the videos, I'll probably just edit a little bit of today's session and upload it on YouTube, because I know it's quite long watching a 2-hour, 3-hour video on YouTube. But anyway, so yeah, so until tomorrow, guys, I will see you. Hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow.